Hi everybody, this is TJ with another trade hacking video. In the last video, I showed how we can use standard mode, trend mode, or hybrid mode when trading with the counterpunch method. In this video, I wanted to go a little deeper into that idea. Let's take this chart we were looking at in the last video. This is a chart of the SPY. That's the ETF for the S&P index, stock index, and you could trade it with options. This is a daily chart, and we determined in the last video that using trend mode was more productive with this chart than standard mode. And what trend mode means is that this indicator here with the dark blue line and the red line tells us what direction to take trades. In other words, when the line is blue, we only take long trades. When the line is red, we only take short trades. Now, this is a default indicator, but we may not want to use the default input. It's possible that changing the input, making this trend mode indicator either faster or slower, might be more effective with this chart. So we're looking back 10 years, and as I showed you before, when I pull up the performance report, we can see that it is making, on average, $4.24 in profit per share when you net all wins and losses. And it's well balanced on longs and shorts. You could even see up here that the short has a nice profit factor. The profit factor, anything over 1.5 is considered really good. And it's winning 86.5% of its trades, almost 90% for longs, well, 89% and a third, and over 81.25% for shorts. So this is a really good looking plan using trend mode and counterpunch. But let's run a test. Let's see if perhaps a different input for our trend mode indicator might yield better results over the last 10 years. It's very easy to do. We right click on the chart, format strategy. We go to our trend mode directional. This is set to 20. That's the default setting. It's a 20-day look back. So let's take a look at it between 9 and 200. And we're going to look at it in increments of 3. We could look at it in increments of 5 or 1 or whatever. 3, I think, is pretty good. We don't want to try to get too precise. We're only looking for a basic idea. All right, so this won't take very long. We just hit OK. It's 64 tests. We're going to run this test, and in a few seconds, it's going to spit out the information. As you can see here, it went really fast, and look what just happened. It seems like it made more money on a net profit basis. The profit factor is not quite as good. The average net profit is better for longs, not as good for shorts. Still got a really good win rate, but not as good as shorts. So whatever it chose was not as good as far as being well balanced. But how do we know what it chose? And maybe we can choose something different. So let me move this over. We're going to look at the optimization report. So this optimization report tells us everything that it chose. So the most profitable was if we set the directional indicator to 12. That gave us the most net profit over 10 years. But is that really the most profitable? Remember, what we want to make is more money on an average net profit, because then we could scale faster with power of compounding. So the first thing I want to do is I want to sort on profit factor. So if I double click here, it'll sort and put the highest profit factors on top. Now, this is what it chose for us because it made $737.93 per share per trade in total. That's the totals, not the average. Imagine trading options with that. But that's only a 2.27 profit factor. Check out the highest profit factor is actually significantly better at 3.65. That made $651 per share. But what's more important, first of all, notice it was far fewer trades. It was 46 trades less. But look at the winning percentage. Almost 91%. But more importantly is this average net profit per trade. This is the number I'm interested in. $5.38 per share every time you place a trade over the last 10 years. So you can imagine how much that would make with calls and puts, larger positions. This is how much per share. There's also another nice one, 3.02, 4.95. Okay, these are all interesting. There's a few that have larger net profit per share, but the profit factor is not quite as large because the profit factor is factoring in a number of things. I like to go with the best profit factor. It's the easiest to win at and be consistent with, I've found. So let's go ahead and apply this to the chart. Let me do this. Let's look at how it changes the performance report. Keep an eye on these numbers. 2.27 profit factor, 84% win rate, $4.42 average net profit per share. That's really good. By the way, it changes the directional input, the directional indicator. Instead of 12 or instead of the 20, which is the default, it likes 42. So let's check it out and see how that affects our results. Okay, check it out. Notice the profit factor is significantly better on longs, even on shorts. On shorts, it's over 3.2. That's amazing. And the win rate's higher, and our average net profit per share is significantly better. Well balanced on longs and shorts. Here's the best thing of all. It's only lost 2 trades in a row, but it's won 47 in a row. And if we look at our trade analysis, we can come down here and see there were only one time in 10 years did it lose 2 trades in a row. In fact, you could see that it only lost 8, 9, 10 total trades in 10 years. This plan is losing 1 trade per year. Think you can make money with something like this? This is the power of the Counterpunch Trader and its trade assist automation. A lot of people ask me, well, could it trade for me like a robot? Can it place trades for me automatically? Sometimes. You could have it trade futures for you, I suppose, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's not really the point of using a strategy and tool set like this. The best way to use this is to build a roster of charts like this chart here, the SPY, with this configuration. Let's change this to a 42 so we can see what it looks like. Yeah, much smoother. Notice it avoided this losing trade right here. See? That was a losing trade. Now it's not a trade at all because blue means long. It avoided the short trade altogether. We want to change it in the calculator also. That was the automation. We'll open up the calculator and we'll change that to 42 as well. Now the trade doesn't even show up, you see? Very powerful. So as I was saying, the reason you want to use a tool like this is to build a roster of charts like this that you can trade the same way each and every time over and over again, so that when a trade shows up like this one, you're pretty confident the odds are in your favor that it's going to win. It's been winning 91% of its trades for 10 straight years. And if it loses, so be it. Some trades will lose. Once a year, according to this. There's no guarantee it's going to continue doing this into the future. I like to build a plan like this and then watch it for a while and make sure that it continues to perform the way it's supposed to. I will also go back and look at the trades and make sure they look right, make sure there's nothing that looks unusual that shouldn't be there. Our brains sometimes work better than the artificial intelligence that you get with a computer program like this. But the two together, your brain and a powerful tool like this, can really add up to something special. So you build a roster of charts, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 different symbols. And then you could be as active as you want to be month to month, trading simple calls and puts using the setups that show up right on the chart, just like this. Remember, the entire trade is here for you. Your entry, your stop, your targets. When the stock hits the entry, you buy a slightly in the money call and you scale out at each of the targets. You move your stop up and up and up and up and up while you're hitting targets. And like this, well, you could see for yourself. This one stock has done pretty well. I like the 42 trend mode indicator with this particular chart and trade plan. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. Don't forget to join our Trade Hacking Club Discord channel, where you will find videos like this, live events, and many other things regarding trade hacking. This is what trade hacking is: figuring out what works to help us make more money as traders. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our Backpack Trader YouTube channel so you never miss another video like this again, as well as being able to join us in our live trade room, which we're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9:30 New York time. Look forward to seeing you in there. This is TJ with the Backpack Trader and the Trade Hacking Club. See you on the next video.